Welcome back. It is the Buckmaster Show, and it's time for our monthly Scam Alert presented by the Better Business Bureau of Southern Arizona. Suzanne Miller is with us. Suzanne does such a great job as Director of Communication and Consumer Affairs at the BBB. Hi, Suzanne.
Oh, thank you, Bill. Good morning.
Well, why don't we kind of pick up on what I was sort of promoting, these election-related scams. Yeah. Scammers are hoping that everybody is, I don't know, too fatigued or too naive to notice, and they're not up to date on what's going on. And how are these working? Let's talk about a couple of them.
Thank you. You know what? I really think this is a big deal. In fact, when I came in this morning, Christopher just shared that he got scammed.
Did he really?
He didn't. He was targeted with one.
Uh-huh.
And what's really happening right now is, I mean, you have the signs up, you have all of the radio ads and the campaign signs, the mail, the emails, the phone calls, and people are getting a little bit inundated, and they kind of start to tune out, I think, to a certain extent. And so scammers are really wanting you to, hoping that you are overwhelmed and don't catch on to their scams that they're trying to do and sneak in there. And the big one that I really wanted to talk about today, because tomorrow is the last day to register to vote. Mm-hmm. So there is a scam that's a re-register scam. Mm-hmm. And the way Christopher got it was through a text, but they're getting it through email and phone calls that you need to re-register. And that is really, I mean, if you get a call saying that you were removed from the list of registered voters, that's really a big red flag for you. Yeah. And really, they're going to be asking you for your social security number, all of your information. It's just another way for identity theft. And we really want people to be aware of that, because right now everybody is thinking about it. And so it's very... it's very timely, and we just want people to slow down and think about that. And if you really have a question about the legitimacy of it, check with the Board of Elections and make sure that you're registered. Don't, engage in that conversation, whether it's phone or text or email.
Yeah, we had F.Ann Rodrigues on the program Friday, Suzanne, and F.Ann is, of course, the longtime Pima County recorder here, and she was talking about registration deadline and everything, and she, I'm sure, would be very happy that we are talking about this re-register scam, because they're not doing anything like this at the Pima County Recorder's Office, calling people and telling them you need to re-register. So, and if you have any questions, it's easy enough. There are people at F.Ann's site downtown that will be happy to take your call.
Absolutely.
And they're going to tell you this is a scam, so be very careful.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so you're getting a lot of this, there is a lot of a legitimate polling going on,
right.
But then there's scammers who are calling and wanting a credit card.
Right. And you should not be paying
to give out
to
your opinions
participate in
on
a
election surveys.
And a lot of people are very passionate about how they want to vote, and they think that this is a way to really make a difference. So they're donating to a cause and participating in a poll. So there's a few different things going on here. One is we're taking a poll, and we'd like you to be a part of it, and then you will get a prize for doing so. And by getting that prize, then you need to just pay for the shipping. And so that's how they're getting your financial information. So that's really nice. And then you have the actual campaign fund collections that are happening, and people want to support their candidates, but they have scammers calling that's, claiming to be with candidates, but they're really not. And we really just say, go directly to the site of the campaign office, or go into the campaign office, mail a check to their office, but really do your research before you give. Do not engage with a phone call that, is coming into you. They may have something to say, but don't give any money on that call.
Yeah, good advice about, as we are very cranking it up here before the election season. Suzanne, let's talk a little bit about this bank text scam that is going on. This is kind of in the category of the old phishing.
Right. I know. And
smishing.
That's what they're calling it. They're calling it smishing. How funny is that? Yeah. So it's a combination of the SMS scams and the phishing scams. And you're just getting a text from your financial institution saying that they want to refund you money for something, and or you owe them money and you need to pay. And so we're really just trying to do a big warning because it's really hitting our credit unions hard. And ultimately, there's not much you can do if you're paying with your debit card.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to take a long time to get that money back if you can. So you really just want to be careful. Again, don't engage. Go directly to the bank and ask them. And, or give them a call directly on the number on the back of your card. Just don't engage with whoever's, reaching out to you, because more than likely it's a scam.
The fraud check research study was very interesting. What were the bottom line conclusions of that, Suzanne?
Yes, this is a really great study that came out. Again, our BBB scam tracker is so great. It's really just so much information. We really want everybody to go there to search and report scams. And that information that we get from that allows us to create these research studies that help us determine how are people getting scammed? Why is this still happening? Everybody thinks that they're not vulnerable, but everybody is. And why is that? What are they saying? What are their stories? That's really, getting to the emotion of why people are giving them the information. So this fraud check study is basically two things. Is the employment scam is a big part of this. So people are getting jobs and they're getting paid with a check, and it's more than the amount that they're owed, and they're told to give a piece of it, send it to another account. And people need to realize that crediting a bank account does not mean that the cashed check is valid. It can come back a week later and be a fraud check. And if you already sent money from your checking account to somebody else, you are not going to get that back, especially if you sent it, with the wire transfer. So that's really a big deal. And cashier's checks and postal money orders, they can be forged. And a lot of people think, oh, that's the way to go. But know that those can be forged too. So scammers are reaching out to you and they're giving you fraudulent checks, and you're sending money to, other accounts on their behalf, and you just need to really watch out for that. But that research study is at bbb.org.
Yeah, and you've gotten several dozen reports on the BBB scam tracker just locally about this.
Oh, yes, and big time. And we've had people lose quite a bit of money. In fact, someone just reported it last week. So we definitely, he lost, I think, $1,500. And it was in 2 increments. So you have to be so careful. And scammers, unfortunately, are smart, and they know how to get to you emotionally.
I'm still getting those calls from Microsoft from India, too.
Oh, man. They're so busy over there.
Aren't they, though? Yeah. That telling me that there is something wrong with my account. And so Microsoft doesn't usually, I don't think they call people.
No, especially requiring payment and tell that, oh my goodness, that one just won't go away.
Yep.
But you're smart, Bill, so you didn't fall for it.
No, I didn't.
You make me proud.
Thank you very much. The 2019 Torch Awards are coming up. This is kind of a signature event of the Better Business Bureau. What's the latest on that?
Yeah, we're super excited that this is going to be happening on May 3rd of next year. I know it seems like it's next year is so far away, but it will be here before we know it. And it's going to be at Casino del Sol again. But this year we've really kind of changed it up as far as the categories go. So you can learn more information at bbb.org. But I want everyone to know that it's an ethics category and a spark category now. So the ethics is for-profit, which is based on business size now, and we've opened it up to nonprofits because of our charity review program.
Very good.
I love it. And so that's based on revenue. And then, of course, we kept our Spark Award, which is for owners that are 35 years or younger that own a business, and they have their own award.
Very good.
It's very exciting. 2019
Torch Awards, Friday, May 3rd, Casino del Sol. Nominations now open. and will be closing on November the 30th. For more information about the BBB, go to bbb.org/Tucson. Suzanne Miller, always a pleasure.
Oh, it's always great to be with you, Bill. Thank you.
Thanks. The Regional Transportation Authority funds projects to help make our transportation system safe, reliable, and efficient. Improve regional mobility is important for economic vitality for businesses and families. The RTA continues to finance construction work for 6 new roadway projects scheduled in 2018. For more information on RTA projects, visit rtamobility.com. The RTA is delivering its promise to you.